Welcome to a TLDR category guide for Ragnaros, for anyone who wanted even more feat in WoW. Ragnaros is the final boss of the Firelands and has 3 phases, 2 intermissions, and a bonus phase on Heroic. Split the raid evenly into left and right gang and prepare for a long fight. During phase 1, Hand of Ragnaros knocks you away and interrupts anyone too close, while Wrath of Ragnaros makes 3 players deal splash damage and knock anyone nearby. Range spreads 6 yards away from the boss, and melee just enjoy being tossed around. The boss faces a random player and smashes his hammer, sending out waves in a T shape, so dodge the waves and don't stand under the hammer. Melee can avoid it by standing between the hammer and the boss, but range do need to dodge. For tanks, in every phase, Burning Wound is a stacking dot, so swap before you die. Fire traps spawn under random range players that deal raid-wide damage and knock you up when you touch them. They never disappear, so you do need to pop them, just make sure your healers are ready. And if you can't avoid the fall damage, you'll fall off the meters, so assign trap popping to a priest or mage. On Heroic, they also give the raid a damage taken increase, so wait for it to fall off before you pop again, and be careful not to get knocked into one. At 70%, he slams down Sulfurous and starts the intermission, spawning 8 adds at the edge of the room. They have a speed boost when above 50%, and if they reach the hammer, you'll probably all fucking die. So grip, knock, and stun them as much as you can to slow them down and kill them all before they reach. On Heroic, they're no longer evenly spread, so have a few players in the middle of the room when you phase to swap to whichever side needs more. And Lava Bolt is damage on random players for healers to deal with. When all the adds are dead or after 45 seconds, the boss re-emerges and begins phase 2. He keeps the hammer smash, but the whole raid now stacks between the hammer and the boss. Molten Seeds spawn underneath everyone, dealing massive raid-wide fall-off damage after a few seconds, and spawning a bunch of adds. The adds fixate people, so everyone hard swap to AoE them down while knocking them away before they reach you. Start stacked on one side of the boss, then just before the seeds spawn, pop a raw and stay stacked while running to the other side. Pop some DR and healing CDs to survive the damage, and if you need to, run like a little bitch from the adds. On Heroic, the adds get a buff from any others nearby, but this strat should make it irrelevant so long as you kill them quickly. You also get Engulfing Flame, fire eruptions in front of the boss, so move away before it goes off. And on Heroic, you now get 4 sets in different arcs, so dodge them all or die in fire. At 40%, you start the second intermission, which is exactly the same as the first, but you get 2 extra adds that need to be tanked. They make random players drop fire that heals the adds if they touch it, so if you get it, drop it away from the adds at the back of the room. Kill all the adds, but if the big ones are alive when you start phase 3, focus them down as a priority. In phase 3, spread to your phase 1 positions and keep dodging both the hammer smash and engulfing flames. Meteors fixate on a random player and roll after them, and dealing damage to them knocks them away in the direction you're facing. Keep them back with instant casts, and you can knock them into the boss lava to keep them out of the way. Lust at the start of the phase and play with the fiery balls while you burn down the rest of the boss before you get overrun. On Heroic, when he reaches 10%, you get a 4th phase, and you want to push before you get the 3rd meteor. Kite the meteors to the front of the room and wait for the lava to harden before running to sniff Raggy's new feat. Frost patches negate the ramping ticking damage, so everyone stack inside one and keep the meteors away. Kiting a meteor into a patch lets you kill it, but make sure you have a new patch to move to or you'll all melt. Dreadflame patches spread quickly and need to be cleared, so assign a few players, preferably hunters, to click on the big bubble and get the deluge buff. Running over the fire with the buff puts them out, so say goodbye to your passers, because if you don't keep up with this, you'll all die. Lastly, he empowers his weapon and deals a raid wipe if he hits the tank with it, so kite him into the green circle to root him and cancel the buff. Tanks, you need to move behind the circle before he gets the buff, because if you get hit while trying to kite, you'll all fucking die. Then kill the boss before you all run out of room. And that's it for Ragnaros and the Firelands. Congrats on your clear. If you want a bit more info on the fights or just want to support the channel, you can get access to my scuffed ass raid notes by becoming a channel member, or you can read Wowhead like a normal person. Like and subscribe if you found these useful. I'll catch you in the next one.